All right, let's look at this last example. It's also one where it says given the cosine of theta equals -1/4, with theta between 90 and 180, what's the exact value of sine and tangent? So remember, the trig functions are the same as the reference angle. So we really don't know what the reference angle is because this is some kind of unknown angle. But I know it is in quadrant 2. So we have 90 and 180. Down here is 270. So I know it starts here and it ends somewhere over here. Now I don't know where it ends. I don't know which way it goes. It could go this way. It could go this way. I don't really know. I don't really care. Because I know it ends in this spot. And so every angle that ends in this spot has the same trig function value. So what I'll do is I always go straight down to my axis. So my triangle always has to have my reference angle here, because the trig function is going to be the same as the reference angle except for the sine. So this is kind of the key, is setting up this triangle and then knowing that cosine is the adjacent over the hypotenuse. So the adjacent is going to be -1, and that kind of makes sense because if you think of going this way on the coordinate plane, that is -1. And the hypotenuse is 4 because the hypotenuse is always positive. So to find this y value, y squared plus -1 squared equals 4 squared. Y squared equals 15. So y equals the square root of 15. Now you do have to make it a determination in your triangle if it's negative or positive. But since this is a y value in quadrant 2 going up, this is square root of 15. But once you have this triangle, finding the sine and cosine and tangent or really anything is really simple because you just use our SOHCAHTOA. So sine is the opposite over hypotenuse, so it's radical 15 over 4, which is positive, which is good because remember in the second quadrant, sine and cosecant are positive, everything else is negative. Tangent is opposite over adjacent, so that's radical 15 over -1, so negative radical 15. So if you ever don't know your angle, a good idea just to draw a reference triangle.